it's Pat Abboud Splendour, day 2, and we're just sitting outside the Splendour Forum, one of the new events for this year that comes with a new home for the festival. It's basically a lineup of comedians, tech geeks, musicians on panels, large forum discussions, talking about social media, talking about the kind of letters that you write to musicians after listening to some of their tracks.
The other option, of course, was to choose a go-between song, but this is Queensland and you never know where Robert Forster's kind of lurking, and that's the other thing. He could be anywhere. I recently did a rock whiz tour with him, and every time I turned around, he was in a corner observing someone.
What did you think of the first forum discussion?
The first forum discussion I loved it, and I'll tell you why I loved it. I loved it because it's people just kind of tuning into why they give a shit. So yeah, I love watching people tuning into why they give a shit.
I loved Alexander Gow's. It was just the wide open road. It was really beautiful. It was really just gentle and I don't know, yeah, it's nice to see people up there and just talking honestly about what they love, especially other musicians, maybe talking about music that they really like and songs that they love and that they get moved by.
I was very moved, I got to say. I was in tears a couple of times, and it was very funny at times, and I didn't really know what to think. I felt a bit kind of like, oh, it's probably not for me because I'm a bloke. But, we'll check it out because my friends are involved with the stage here. But it was incredible.
It made me think about who I wanted to write letters to. So not just what kind of letter I would write, but why would I want to write a letter to a particular person? Because if you're actually going to take time to write a letter, it's like, I'm going to have to actually take time for that. It's got to be important enough for me to do that. So I'm like, who do I want to actually take the time to? So yeah, that's what it made me think.
There's a little bit of a twinkle in your eyes, Jill. The tear's about to drop.
Yeah, and I love Claire Bowditch. She's just such a great woman. So, but yeah. It was a really nice break, I think, in the festival.
Yeah, it's really nice to get people's real views on the things that really matter to them.
So was it planted some letter writing seeds for you?
Yeah, well, I've got 2 letters here. So one's for my wife and the other one, I'll probably write it to my daughter and tell her.
Do you want to read us a line?
Oh, I haven't read it yet.
All right.
Yeah, no. Dear Lucy, I'm writing a letter and I'm being filmed on camera as I write it. Love, Dad.
I'm gonna head home from this festival to my wife, but I expect that she should receive a letter in the mail from me as well as me coming home, because I'll go and tell her the stories of the festival, but it'll be different what I put down on paper.
So we're just with Marieke after the Women of Letters Forum.
Yes.
How are you feeling, Marieke?
Exhilarated and hugely relieved, I think, because I had a big anxiety dream about it last night in a tent, and I think an anxiety dream in a tent sort of compounds the anxiety. So
That's huge pressure.
I thought, no one's going to come. There'll be like 3 people hung over in the front row and one guy wandering in going, is this the doof tent? So the fact that people were here first and foremost was great. And then it was a really beautiful balance. So the Melbourne ones have been that way as well, having that mix of comedy and pathos, and to have that unfold in the same way today is just thrilling.
Is this the first time you've put on a kind of literary event in this forum, basically at a rock music festival? Was it weird?
Yes, it was so weird and so terrifying. I thought, oh God, it's 10 o'clock Saturday morning. It's going to be like, well, who's going to want to think about words and letter writing and, poetry at that time of the morning? I just thought, oh, I don't know how it's going to go. I was excited about the idea of taking the format and using it at a festival and curating with artists from the festival, which is what this is. And we're doing one for Melbourne Fringe as well, because it's a whole new palette of artists to work with. But I am thrilled with how it went. So it was, it's slightly terrifying at first that people were going to go, I'm here to listen to music, not to people go yap, yap, yap. But the people going yap, yap, yap were so gorgeous and everyone came.
So we'll expect you back next Splendour.
I hope so. I hope they invite us. We've certainly behaved ourselves. I had a mandarin backstage. I didn't even have anything. They've got a whole rider left.
Well, it's time for you to go out and have some fun. Happy Splendour.
Yes, and happy Splendour to you too.
Mwah.
Thank you.